Hi everyone, I am Mary Jane Juarez, and today we will discuss about the four fundamental forces of nature. But before that, let's be guided to our learning objectives.
At the end of the lesson, the student will be able to first, explain the four fundamental forces of nature. Second, classify the characteristic of the four fundamental forces of nature. The last, integrate their understanding and fundamental forces of nature by answering multiple choice tests. The universe is a vast and complex place, but it can be broken down into four fundamental forces. These forces are the gravitational force, electromagnetic force, the strong nuclear forces, and the weak nuclear forces. What is the gravitational force? It is the force that attracts objects with mass towards each other. Its primary carrier is the graviton. It is responsible for the orbits of planets and moons, as well as the formation of stars and galaxies. It is the weakest of the four fundamental forces. Gravity has infinite range. Who do you think discovered this gravitational force? Yes, it's Isaac Newton. Before Newton, people didn't understand the same kind of force that makes an apple fall from a tree also keeps the planet in their orbits around the sun. The second force is the electromagnetic force. Unlike gravitational force, electromagnetic force is massless. Electromagnetic force is responsible for the interaction between charged particles. It is carried by the photon. This force is what holds atoms together, and it allows electricity to flow through wires. It is also responsible for the properties of light and magnetism. What do you think is the third force? Yes, the strong nuclear force. It is the strongest force among the four fundamental forces. It is carried by the gluon. It only operates at a very short distances. It acts on protons and neutrons. It is responsible for holding the nucleus of an atom together. In short, the strong nuclear force acts as a binder of the nucleus and the atom. How about the weak nuclear forces? What is weak nuclear force? The weak nuclear force is responsible for radioactive decay, which occurs when an unstable atomic nucleus emits particles or radiation. It is carried by the W and Z bosons. It acts on subatomic particles, and its range is even shorter than the strong nuclear force. And that's all for our discussion. To check your understanding, let's have an evaluation. It is a multiple choice type of test. Select the best answer from the choices. Number 1. Which of the following is not considered one of the four fundamental forces of nature? A. Gravitational force. B. Electromagnetic force. C. Frictional force. And D. Strong nuclear force. Number 2. The gravitational force is responsible for which of the following? A. Holding atoms together. B. The attraction between Earth and the Moon. C. Binding protons and neutrons in the nucleus. D. Repelling like charges. Number 3. Which force acts only on subatomic particles and holds the atomic nucleus together? A. Electromagnetic force. B. Gravitational force. C. Weak nuclear force. And D. Strong nuclear force. Number 4. The electromagnetic force governs interaction between which type of particles? A. Neutrons. B. Protons and electrons. C. Protons and neutrons. And D. Quarks and gluons. Number 5, the last number. Which of the following fundamental forces is the weakest but acts over the B. Electromagnetic force, C. Strong nuclear force, and D. The weak nuclear force.
And once again, I am Mary Jane Juarez, and hoping that you learned a lot from our discussion. Thank you for listening.